Thank you. Less than 40. What?
We're at 80.
80?
Weren't we on less than 80?
39.
No, we were on less than 80.
Now we're on 40. No. Okay, this one is geometry. So we're learning angle measures. Okay, so let me draw this up here. Okay, as you can see, what did I create? What? A quadrilateral or two triangles. Yes, I made a quadrilateral, which has something that has 4 sides. Okay, but I also made 2 triangles. Now, every single square corner is how many degrees?
90.
90. Okay, so this one's 90, this one's 90, this one's 90, and this one's 90. Okay, now, what I want you to see is that I am taking this square corner and cutting it into half. So how much is each side, or each angle in that? What? If this whole thing is 90 degrees, if I cut it in half,
45.
45, you're exactly right. So 45, 45, 45, and 45. Okay, so what do you notice every single triangle equals?
Half of degree. Whatever the quadrilateral.
Okay, yes. Okay, but every triangle equals 180 degrees. Every triangle, write this down, star it, equals 180 degrees. 180 degrees. 45 and 45 is 90, and 90 plus 90 is 180. Okay, so all 3 angles will always measure to equal 180. All right? So if I told you, let's just take a triangle, and I told you I just had that little thing right there, and then I put a 30 degrees here, and I asked you, what does angle A measure? How would you figure this out? Yes?
You would do 103 minus 30.
Yes, we know this. All 3 of these angles are going to equal together 180 degrees, okay? What do we know this one is, even though we can't see a degree? It's 90 degrees. So if I know this is 90 and this is 30, what does that equal so far? 120, okay? And all of this is 180, so what does that tell me this is? 60, very good. So, does 90 plus 30 plus 60 equal 180? Yes, it does. So we know we've got it. All right, so you would say angle A equals 60 degrees. Okay, that's what you would label it as. All right, now, let's talk about intersecting lines for a minute. Does anybody remember what intersecting lines do? Show me with your arms. Very good. Okay, they just cross, basically. That's what an intersecting line
Like
is.
an intersection.
Yes, like an intersection. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 intersecting lines here. Okay, everybody draw that on your paper. Okay, I'm going to label this angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. Okay, here's another thing you need to know. A straight line equals 180 degrees. So far y'all have learned a lot about 180 degrees. Okay? How do I know that? Watch over here. Okay? If this is a 90 degree angle, that one's 90. And if this one's a 90 degree angle, so from here to here is 90, and here to here is 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. So that is the angle for a straight line. Okay? Now, if I told you that 1 was 65 degrees, what would I know 2 is? How would I figure out what 2 is? 180 minus 65. Yes. Does everybody understand why she did that? Because a straight line equals 180 degrees. So all of this is 180. So if this is 65, then what is from here to here? 180 minus 65 is what? 15. Okay? Oh, sorry, 115. That makes more sense. Okay, so line or angle 2 is 115 degrees. Everybody see that? All right, now, the next thing I want to show you, okay, and you may want to write this down. Angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent. I'm going to write that down. Everybody take notes on this part. Adjacent angles are angle 1 and angle 2. So what do you think adjacent means based on what I just told you?
They're right next to each other.
They're right next to each other. They share a common side. Okay? That's what adjacent actually means. They share a common side. They form together a straight line. Okay? So, what do you think non-adjacent angles are? They don't share a common side. So what do you think 1 would be non-adjacent to? 3. Very good. It's opposite of it, basically. Okay? 1 and 4, what would they be? Adjacent. Because why? They share a common side. Okay? 4 and 3, adjacent. 3 and 2, adjacent. 2 and 1, adjacent. 2 and 4, non-adjacent. 1 and 3, non-adjacent. Everybody get it? Okay. Now, this is kind of a lot of terms, I guess, dictionary terms. So, share common side. Okay? They share this side. 1 and 4 share this side. Okay? Now, so what are we going to say for non-adjacent? So what are we going to say for non-adjacent?
Don't share.
They don't share a common side. Okay? Now, does anybody know what the term supplementary means?
Basic.
Supplementary angles. Write this down. Supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. Supplementary angles are two angles that equal 180 degrees. So, are 1 and 2 supplementary angles? Yes, because 65 plus 115 equals 180. So if I said, what angle supplements angle 1, what would you tell me? Angle 2. Or you could have said 4, okay? Because it adds 1 plus 4, or 1 plus 2, brings us to 180 degrees, okay?
Pretty much a
Adjacent?
adjacent.
Yes.
It's pretty much a supplementary because of adjacent. Most of the time would equal.
Yes, yes, very good. You're exactly right. Okay, now, anybody know what complementary is? Kind of goes with supplementary.
Isn't it the same on both sides?
90.
They measure 90 degrees. So supplementary angles measure 180 degrees together. Complementary complementary angle measure 90 degrees together. Okay, so two angles that form 90 degrees. Okay, so for an example, okay, if I had an angle right here and I said angle 1 and angle 2, that angle 1 and angle 2 form a complementary angle. Okay, that's what that's saying. Okay, now, this is the last bit. Actually, I've got one more after that, but we've got two more examples. Okay, so let's look at the examples. Okay, everybody draw this on your paper. you're going to draw a triangle like this, okay? And then that triangle side is going to keep going down like that. And this one's going to keep going over. Okay.
It looks somewhat like an ick.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an example of what you're going to be finding, or the questions are going to be. Okay, basically, they're looking at this and they're asking you, find the measure of x, find the measure of y, and find the measure of z. Okay, based on this information. So the first thing I would want you to do is go, okay, the first one, the easiest one to find right now is x. Because we can't find y or z until we get x. Okay? So how am I going to find x? Yes?
Each triangle
Each triangle equals
equals 180.
180
So
degrees?
add up 50 and 90.
Yes, we know this is a 90-degree angle because of that little square right there. Okay, so 90 plus 50 is 140. And we know all of this is 180. So what does my x equal? 40. Very good. All right. Now, so angle x equals 40 degrees. Now, how do I figure out what y is? Lane, tell me how to figure out what y is.
Well, since it's on the same line,
Yes? You see this?
Yes.
This is a straight line. Very good.
it's going to be
Adjacent?
adjacent.
Uh-huh.
And so if you take away 40 from 180, and it's going to be 140.
Very good. So basically, since this is a straight line, we know that it's 180 degrees. So 40 plus 140 is going to give us 180. So angle y equals 140 degrees. All right? What about z? What do you think?
Oh,
Did you figure it out? You may have to turn your head sideways.
I'll do it.
I see how it's like an
I'll do it.
angle.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay?
Well, since 50 shares the same line with z, right?
50.
degrees in.
Now,
Okay.
140 shares.
everybody see this straight line?
Yeah.
Equals z and y.
Okay? If this is 140, then what is this?
40?
40. Because a straight line equals what? 180 degrees.
So it would be 40.
So z would equal 40. So angle z would equal 40 degrees. Very good, guys. Great job. Okay. Everybody good? Last one. Draw this picture on yours. This is a parallelogram or Tennessee, whichever.
Or Tennessee.
Okay, I like to go with Tennessee. Okay, A, B, C, and D. And I'm going to put a line right down the middle of it. Okay, now, they give me this measure. C is 60 degrees. B is 40 degrees. Now, does everybody see that it's just this part of the angle that's 40? It's not the whole thing? Does everybody see that all of this is not 40? It's just this section? You would have to, when you're labeling this angle, you wouldn't just be able to say angle B, because angle B is all of this. So if you were labeling this, you would have to say CBD, because it signifies this angle, CBD. Does everybody see what I mean by that? I couldn't just say angle B is 40, because angle B is all of that. I would have to say angle CBD is 40. Does everybody understand why I'm saying that? Okay. Now, how am I going to figure out what this is?
Ooh, I got it. Add 60 plus 40, which is 100, and then add 80, which is 180.
Very good. Okay, we know that this triangle equals 180. 60 plus 40 is 100, plus 80 equals 180. Now, does everybody see that these are two congruent triangle? Congruent meaning?
Exact.
Exactly. So, can I figure out what these measurements are based on what these measurements are?
Yeah, they'll be exactly the
Yes.
same.
Okay. So, what is angle A?
60.
60 degrees, okay? 60 degrees, 60 degrees, good. What is angle ADB?
40.
40.
40.
And then angle ABD is
80.
60, 40, 80. Very good. Okay? If it helps you to take this triangle, take a sheet of paper, and put it on top and flip it, then you may need to do that if it helps you, okay, to figure out which of these angles are right. Okay? All right. Does everybody understand? Okay, good stuff. That is lesson 40.
How much time do we have?